Salute, y'all. Sorry for the wait. Coming in, man. Just give me a little bit of time to get myself situated. Give me a little something to drink, a little bite to eat. Salutes, K-Dub. Salutes. Yeah. I'm gonna let a little bit of music play. You guys can come up if you want. I'll let you guys in. But right now, for about 5 minutes, I'm gonna go ahead and let a little bit of music play. Took me long. You so right, man. I had to get help my wife get the groceries in and shit. You know, duty calls. Can't turn your back on shit like that. Cause your boy like eating. I ain't gonna turn my back on no shit like that. Get my shot together. Oh, okay. Nuh-uh. You misspelled it. You deserve the credit. You said get my shot together. All right, who I'm aiming at? K-Dub. All right, I'm gonna let the music play, y'all. But look, you're more than welcome to come on up. I'll let you in. So I'm just gonna give me something to drink real quick. Everybody come on in, man. Get your smoke and your coke. Not the coke, but your tooth. Coke is your drink. Get your drinks, get your smoke, man. Chill out. We're gonna have a good show tonight, man. Anybody welcome. All smoke is welcome. So I hope y'all got the fire in you tonight, man, because I do. We're gonna address some shit. Well, Get the Circus, man. I'm gonna keep on with this series for a little bit. Because you gotta learn from my past mistakes, man. Salutes. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let me turn that music off. Yeah, man. Salutes, salutes out there, YouTubians in this YouTube world. Get shouts out to Drama Free, K Dub, Northwest 425 coming through. Thank y'all for coming through, man. Somebody hit that like button though, man. Hit the like button for your boy. Hit the like button. And if you make music or know of music, that can be used during streams and stuff like that, hit me up, man. Let me know. I'm a struggling content creator. I'm trying to create content that everybody will like. That way you feel comfortable coming here. But I can't control what the host is going to say in these next couple hours. We're going to be on this piece for a little bit, and I'm going to rant until somebody come up here and relieve me of my duties. Until hutch. Yeah, I don't know if this music that I'm using is going to be what they're going to do about the music. That's why another thing I'm doing with I'm asking if people have their own music. Contrary to popular belief, K-Dub, your boy is struggling. I am struggling on YouTube because YouTube has destroyed a few of my channels. And so I haven't been able to, make content freely. So I am in the struggle. I am in the struggle. I appreciate you. Listen to Mama Bear. She taking care of them babies. That's what you're supposed to do. Hell yeah. Keep it up, though. You know what I'm saying? The kids are our future. They're the ones that's going to be making things, in the future for us as adults that are going through what we consider end of life puberty. Appreciate it. I got y'all back too. As far as you see me coming, you know what I'm saying? I don't like to sneak up on people and have their back because I might become target. But look, again, I'm gonna be ranting until some people's come up here and let me know what's going on. And speaking of a rant, the reason why my title is Clowns Gonna Get the Circus is because I feel like we've been going through a show for a long period of time, man. I don't see why people can't identify this. Are there any other races in America besides black and white? I'm curious. Are there any other demographic of people other than black and white in America? Because the way we see shit and the way shit's been going, it seems like there are only two types of people in America: blacks and whites. I guess everybody else is incognito and shit. They really don't fit into our world. That's why I believe it's a problem that we're going through. Because there ain't no other demographic of people that are in situations that's dealing with these type of topics that's coming up. And believe it or not, the news ain't even news. And social media damn show ain't the news. We're just content creators trying to give our opinion, our honest opinion on situations that's going on in the public right now. And it seems like people are taking this for what it really is, or more than what it really is. Content creators are people that are trying to create images on screen, videos on screen that other people will enjoy watching for an extended period of time. All right, making shorts, making videos and stuff, that's a part of content creation too as well. But when we get on here and we start talking and we carry our conversation for long periods of time, that's the true meaning of this content, because we're allowing our other people to hear us in real time explain our thoughts and our ideas. But it seems like we're taking this shit for more than what it actually is. Content creation is not reality. Content creation is entertainment. Okay? When we turn these TVs or these computers off at the end of the day, we integrate back into our normal life. But it seems like some people are taking it as if it was actual, like this is real, like we are living this stuff. Man, I know you guys have all heard the verbiage, what you eat don't make me shit. That's a truth in its own self. Because no matter what we do on this internet, y'all gonna still keep living your life, still keep on struggling, still keep on making it, still keep on having things, still keep on having kids. And that's the way it should be. We only take up a brief period of your life, and that's during the day. And that's even when we decide to go on here and make content. So I want to address the elephant in the room. Are there any other races in America other than black and white? All right. Because to tell you the truth, the blacks and the whites are the only ones in the circus right now. Clowning. Clowning. We've been doing this shit for over 80 years. We've been talking about this shit for over 80 years. And before that, we weren't talking about this at all. It's like a certain demographic of people came along and just made this shit what it is today. But I'm going to tell you right now, none of this matters. None of it. It only matters when it affects you. So take care of your house. Take care of your home. Watch this stuff for what it is. It's entertainment. Yeah, we got our own opinions and we have moralistic ideas and we want to help each other out. But at the end of the day, the only person that can help you out is you. That's the only person that can help you out. In the news today, we got people up here talking about race wars and shit that's going to take place if this happens or if that happens. Guess what? Everybody that's listening to it right now that ain't fucking going through it, mind your motherfucking business. If you ain't got content for it, then don't worry about it because it's all entertainment. None of us are affected by this stuff that go on in these media and entertainment and social media streets. We don't have nothing to do with that. We're like innocent bystanders standing by, getting a glimpse of what's going on in everyday life for these people. These people seem to not be part of normal society to me because I don't see how we can sit up here and act like we don't see the elephant in the room. Is black people and white people the only motherfuckers in this country? Are we the only clowns in this circus? Are we the only ones running around this bitch keeping tabs on one another? Who's doing what? You can't do that. My people, your people. See, niggas and crackers. Are we the only ones in this shit? Why can't nobody else have a beef with each other? Why the Asians and the Mexicans ain't fucking fighting? Why the Hindus and the fucking Jews? Why they not going at it? Why they not accusing each other of systemic or systematic racism? Why they not accusing them? Why black people can't get along with black people and then again can't get along with nobody else? We got to address this shit. We ain't the only ones in this country. So when shit gets done, it's getting done by all of us. We ain't the only people here. So we need to get off this fucking bullshit like we the only ones in a period of suffrage. Everybody is suffering. Everybody. Go out your house and look right and look left. You'll see the same shit you complaining about. And these people are going through it just like you. I'm tired of this shit, man. I'm tired of the clown. I'm tired of the circus. I'm tired of motherfuckers complaining about shit that they got more control over than they think. 80 years we've been going through this shit. Stupid shit. 80 years we've been complaining about the same old shit. Stupid shit. 80 years. We've had kids. We've had jobs. We've owned property. We've made homes. We've done a lot of shit, man. And I don't see why we keep on falling back on this shit. And yes, I'm talking about racism like it's our go-to. It's not popular, man. It's not. It's not popular. It's predictive, tell you the truth. It's predictive that we would cause this type of uproar for shit that don't have nothing to do with us. Mental health in our communities, black and white, is out of fucking control. We the only ones in the news lately, except for when Trump was deporting all the illegal aliens. Except for when they was talking about other wars over in other nations. This is the most silliest shit I had to go through in this life. In my past lives, we ain't deal with this shit. And yeah, I'm talking about past lives. Because I don't feel like this is an important fucking issue right now in my life. And I don't give a fuck about racism. I don't give a fuck about how you got treated when you was a kid. I don't give a fuck about how many white people called you a nigga. When I can sit up here and hear your fucking victimized ass talk about black people being oppressed, but then you turn around and victimize other motherfuckers. You don't want to be called a nigga? Stop calling yourself that then. Huh? You don't want to be looked at like you are somebody that you're not? But then ignore it. Why the hell we got to keep on going through this and everybody acting like little ass kids? Little ass kids. What they tell you when you was a little kid? You can do whatever you want to do, but don't touch me. I guess that had double meaning too. Where in the world do we think it is a good idea to take a motherfucker's life? Period. It's never been a good idea to take anybody's life. It ain't been a good idea ever. There's no fucking justification for it. And for this shit to bleed off into the kid's life, and for this shit to be handled the way it's being handled, it's ridiculous, man. You mean to tell me you don't think it's no fucking problem with this kid that they just killed somebody? You should care about the mental health of these motherfuckers. Just like we should care about the mental health of these motherfuckers that's killing and shooting each other, that's adults. If you could kill a motherfucker, know you killed him, and then pick up like ain't nothing wrong and carry on like ain't nothing wrong, you got serious motherfucking problems. We literally are teaching people, our kids, to be serial killers. Literally. Now, I don't know about you guys, but if my son did some shit like that, ain't no normalcy coming after that. You're gonna expect people to do what? Just forget and forgive? No, man. Kids get killed. Ain't nobody forgetting that. Ain't nobody forgetting that. Just like ain't nobody forgetting if one of their loved ones get killed. And you know what? It's not a bad thing that you don't forget. But don't sully their memory with this bullshit ass fake racism shit. Yeah, it's fake. It's all fucking fake. Niggas is making money off racism. See? They doing the same shit I'm doing, and I'm telling you what I'm doing is entertainment. Are they telling you it's entertainment? Fuck no. Why they ain't in your life when you struggling and you out there striving, trying to get something? But as soon as the tragedy happened, they come around and they want to fucking piggyback off your shit. Say that they with you, brother. They with you, sister. And we ain't the only people that's going through this shit. All them white people that's out there that's running to these people aid right now, that's helping contribute to all this bullshit, y'all doing the same thing black people are doing. You're biased. You really don't have no motherfucking no goals in making anything work with one another. All you can do is cause pain, heartache, and havoc in this bitch. That's it. And then some of y'all is doing dirt on the back end to your own people, to your own kids. But y'all want to stand up for your race and your people. Man, fuck that. I ain't got no race, nigga. I ain't got no race. None of y'all is my brothers. None of y'all is my sisters. Not until proven otherwise. And I don't care if nobody like it, man. I'm tired of these content creators and put their face out here in front of their messages, feeling they obligated to fucking go along with the program. Yes, all you black YouTubers, y'all know that shit's pitiful and it's bullshit that y'all doing. But y'all still gonna do it because you know why? You don't want to lose your black subscribers. Same thing with the white people that's doing this shit. Y'all don't want to lose your white fan base. You don't feel like you're supporting them right. Y'all some pretending ass motherfuckers. Pretending ass motherfuckers. And the older people, y'all and us, we are at fault for this shit. Now, 2 17-year-old kids, life is gone because poor parenting and poor motherfucking cultural infrastructure. Poor. Piss poor. All y'all that's out here giving your opinion ain't did shit for nobody but yourself. But yourself. You talking about black people need this, black people need this, generational wealth. Man, this is the wealthiest fucking country in the world. We're all wealthy compared to them cocksuckers up over there across the pond. And we can't even figure out how to make something as stupid as racism go away. Y'all niggas stupid. I'm glad y'all the majority and not the fucking, I'm glad y'all the minority and not the majority. I'm glad there's only a few of y'all psychotic motherfuckers out there. I'm glad that there's only a couple of y'all that's running around talking about 2 17-year-olds sticking each other with knives or whatever the fuck they, what's up? All right, buddy. Be safe. Love you too. See, that's my boy right there just left. If a motherfucker killed mine, man, I don't give a fuck what color you is. I'ma want revenge. Either financially, physically, morally, mentally, I want revenge. But see, the thing is you guys, y'all don't want this shit to be resolved because it's more profitable to keep this bullshit going. It's more profitable to sit up there and say, and the people that we're using are so cliche. They pretending like they somebody from the past. Let me tell you about the civil rights movement. 80 years. They doing the same shit, beating their head up against the same fucking walls, and ain't got no results, but continue to do it. Insanity is what it is. Insanity. When they started that movement, you don't think the people knew that it was going to become a perpetual machine to be used against races of people because they are different? That's what they started this shit for. Most of the people that were in these marches talking about inequality were the different races that were talked about being unequal. What the hell? How Martin Luther King gonna talk about we need to come together, white kids and black kids, and they're gonna meet on some type of, you know, the whole spiel. But half the people on stage with them is white. Half the people on stage with you white. If your kids ain't frolicking and hanging out with their kids, that's your motherfucking fault, not everybody else's. Everybody ain't going through the same shit. If you're living in an area where you're being targeted because of your race, why are you so fucking stupid? All this country we got, and you forced to stay there and deal with it? You just asking for it. Making up these stupid ass terms, these dumb ass fucking allegories about shit that happened in the past, showing pictures of shit that you don't even know what happened with them. Man, y'all ought to be ashamed of y'allself, man. Y'all fucking up the youth coming up behind you. It's talking about these fake ass stories of slavery and fucking Jim Crow, that shit that didn't even happen. But then you'll sit up there and say, NASA fake, NASA fake. Nigga, you fake. Everybody fake. All y'all fake. Everybody. And then we had this holier than thou attitude where we can only, I don't want to hang out with him on the internet. Get over yourself. Get over your dumbass self. You don't want to hang out on the internet? We're not hanging out, first of all. It's like we're on a line. We're on a phone call. Just hang the fuck up. Hang the fuck up. What's wrong with y'all? But, you know, we got these kid mentalities, and we've been living like this for so long. Niggas ain't growed up. They growed in. They ain't grow up. They done grown inward. They looking at how fucked up they are, and they ain't got no answer for it but to blame somebody else for it. I'm done with that shit. I'm done with that shit. I ain't looking out for nobody but my own. I ain't looking out for nobody kids but my own, because these motherfuckers are psychotic. How you gonna get up on stage and complain about being harassed, threatened, and these people, your kid killed somebody else's kid? Don't you think that's a package deal? What the hell wrong with you? And then we got Martin Luther King Jr., pug nose ass motherfucker. You supposed to be a preacher, preaching peace and prosperity. But you up here preaching, talking about something, we ain't going nowhere. You a clown, man. You a clown. That interview that they did today, they should have left that shit where they was at. They should have stayed at home, kept their fucking mouth shut. Now people know how stupid they are. Now they know where your kid get that shit from. It's a damn shame, man. Ain't nobody came forward and said that shit was wrong. Y'all all sitting up here talking about the law. Stand your ground. That shit's wrong, period. And for two kids to do that to each other, that gotta be psychotic. Gotta be. When the adults is up here condoning the shit because of legal matters. Because of legal matters. And if you sitting in the crowd talking about something, they did it to us, you ain't say that when they did it to us. Bullshit. Bullshit. If you didn't say it was wrong back then, you wrong right now. What else can you do besides identify that this fucking behavior is not becoming of a natural person, of a normal person? So that's the thing today, to make excuses for motherfuckers that do shit wrong. Don't let them face the consequences, because guess what? The boy that got killed, he dead, he gone. But the one that's still here gotta live with that shit every fucking day. And if he wasn't psychotic at the time he did it, he gonna be when he get done. The crash out that's happening with these kids these days is not because they in an environment that's conducive to this shit. It's because they home life is the environment that's conducive to this shit. If your son can stab a stranger, you don't think he can stab your motherfucking ass? Hell yeah, he can. If your husband can shoot a stranger, you don't think they can shoot your ass? If your neighbor can murder a kid, you don't think he can murder yours, regardless of what the fucking race he is? If your husband can molest kids at your house of work, if your husband can rape women at his place of work, you don't think he can do that shit to you and your family? What is wrong with y'all? Y'all think that motherfuckers only act violent towards other people from different races? No, man, this is why the psychotic shit come in. This is where we need to look at it for what it is. People have psychotic breaks when they're under pressure. That's a mental illness. We need to address that, man. And we don't need to address it with jail or fucking medication. We need to figure out what the root cause it is and root it out. Root it out, man. What's wrong with y'all? Ain't that what it's supposed to be about? Or do you want to be looking over your motherfucking shoulder every day, black or white? Clowns get the circus, I'm telling you. Black or white. So if you think that what you're doing by inciting this shit and feeding into the bullshit that the media is putting out there, just imagine if it was your kid. Would you want all this attention? Would you want people to be talking about your kids are this, your kids are that, and your fucking kid in the ground? Y'all niggas is two-faced, man. Y'all two-faced. If y'all talk bad about this boy and he dead, y'all talk bad about my kid when they dead. I don't want to be around none of y'all if shit ever get real. Because y'all liable to fucking freak out and kill all of us. Because nobody thinks nowadays. That shit should have been, man, that shit should have been pointed out what it is. That shit was wrong. I don't give a fuck if it is stand your ground state. Y'all just making up excuses for bad behavior and shit. And I'm going to say that dude looked just like my son. Carmelo Anthony looked just like my son. Got the same hairstyle and everything. But if my son did some shit like that to another kid his age and going to his school, who am I to fucking step in and say he did it for his man? I don't give a fuck. The kid is dead. Show some fucking humanity, some respect, man. The people is dead. Y'all going after shit over stupid shit. When that lady got shot in her apartment, nobody identified that this lady had a mental problem. It's like putting fuel on a fire, man. What you think gonna happen? These people are in some type of mental anguish, man. And they've been like this for years. They don't know no other way but to do this shit. And this is not just happening for black people and white people. This is happening with a lot of people, man. But it just seems like we got some kind of grudge match against each other. Oh, we cannot be in the same environment together. Well, if that's the case, look. If I'm having a problem where I stay at and I don't see no fucking other way of getting out of it other than harming myself and others, I'm gonna fucking get away from it. That's what smart people do. That's what logical people do. When we see a problem and we know that we're gonna be suffering in the commencement of that problem, we try to get away from the shit. But no, you got people that run head first into that shit. You know why? Because deep down inside, they feel like they gotta go through it. Why? 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 Why do we feel like that we're beyond reproach when something occurs that we have no control over? But see, if he had a rival in his neighborhood and he did that to him, well, what happened? Nobody would say shit. Nobody would say shit. The only reason why I'm saying something is because this shit is everywhere now. You can't even avoid it. I can't even scroll through and get fucking mesmerized by bullshit ass content. I gotta see this shit. And people are acting like it's so important. Why is it so important? Huh? Because it happened to somebody that got the same skin color as me? But that shit's happening every day. Why is it so important? Because somebody did it that didn't look like me? Think about this shit. Y'all acting like y'all ain't never seen people do stupid shit before and regret it later. There's millions of people that have done stupid shit and regretted it later. But it seems like every time it happens to black people and it involves another race of people, we have to put the R word on it. It's endemic racism. It can't be anything else besides that. They just racist. They just racist. But it's a trip where you can say it goes both ways. It's racist if it happens to you, and it's racist if you do it too. That's crazy as hell, man. I can't believe nobody didn't think that when that young man stabbed that kid dead center in the chest with a blade, that nobody was going to say he guilty. I can't believe y'all was thinking that. I can't believe y'all even want this to happen. Y'all don't know what is going on in that boy's head. Y'all don't know what's going on in these cops' head. Y'all don't know what's going on in these motherfuckers' heads that's walking around with you. And y'all oblivious to this shit. You got psychopaths living in your house with you. And the only way you find out is when shit like this happen. You got people that are really fucking going through it mentally. And everybody's looking at, oh, he cool. He cool. But in actuality, it ain't cool, man. We've been dealing with this stuff for 80 years. If you wanted to stop, teach your kids something different. Teach them something different. Teach them how to actually learn how to socialize without being a fucking brute. Teach them how to socialize and be able to deal with people that got problems like that. Everything is not a fight. Everything ain't a fucking mission. Everything is life. And unless we learn how to live it, we're going to keep on running into situations like this, man. We're going to keep on running into situations where we got to question our morals and morality and cover up and put scapegoats out there for one another. If you rob a motherfucking bank and kill somebody in the process, so what you was starving? So what you was broke? So what you was poor? None of that shit matters. You didn't kill somebody. I don't give a fuck about what your problems was, because there's always different alternatives. There's always different alternatives. And when we have shit like this that happen with kids, we gotta have adults with the foresight and understanding to know that this is a problem. They're not just killing each other. They killing other people too. Just like we can recognize that the police, a lot of people on the police force have mental issues and they need to be evaluated, kicked off the force, and not even have a job where you can have some type of control over people. Just like we can identify that. We need to be out watching these kids as well. No, y'all too busy trying to fuck them. Y'all too busy watching the kids for the wrong fucking shit. We got too many failed preachers and failed rappers around here to fucking be able to say something to these kids to get through to them. Violence ain't always the key. And if y'all up here lying, talking about it was rougher back then, man, the shit's been the same all the time. For the past 80 years, they've been talking about the same shit. Only thing that's changed is the different motherfuckers talking about it. That's it. And ain't none of them been through nothing. Ain't none of them been through no racism, no discrimination. They living better than you. But they can sit up there and say, I know where you coming from. That was racist. Man, y'all need to get your heads checked, man. Y'all need to get your heads checked. The more people understanding that this is a mental problem and not some fucking demographic problem, the faster we'll be able to deal with shit like this. I still can't believe that the only two races of people in America is white and black. I can't believe this shit. They over here making rules and regulations, making it federal crimes to mess with any other race. It's a federal crime to be an anti-Semite. It's not a federal crime to hate white people. It's not a federal crime to hate black people. But you got a federal crime for Asians. Asian discrimination. We've been here the longest motherfucking time in this country, and they ain't made a one law. They ain't made a one law that says it's against the law to be discriminatory towards black people. They just made up all these dumbass policies, affirmative action, DEI, to pacify y'all dumbasses because they know how shallow we are. The same thing with white people. White people have been pacifying and doing this bullshit, been carrying this fucking shit for years. White people let me let you know, when you pacify insanity, guess what you do? You provoke it. You provoke it. So when them white people up there talking about, yes, there is systemic racism, you are provoking this stupid shit. Bitch, if you think there's some racism, give away all your shit to black people. Give away all you own. Give away all you own to them. You think that they deserve more than what they get? Give away your shit. Give away your shit. Black people, if you think America is so fucked up, leave. Leave. But you know that's not going to happen. You know that's not going to happen. There's a serious problem with the youth, and it's all our fault, man. It's all our fault because of the stupid ass baggage that we've been carrying all these years. We've been carrying this shit all these years. I don't care, man, whether people like it or not. I don't care if it's not popular. But I do know one thing, it's the truth. It's the fucking truth. And unless there's nothing but black people and nothing but white people in this country, we should be saying this is stupid. Because we get killed by other races of people. We get killed by every other fucking anything. We get killed by anything. But the only thing we fucking worried about is one another. When black people kill white people, it's racist. When white people kill black people, it's racist. Why can't it just be two dumb motherfuckers crashing out? Huh? Why can't it be a motherfucker that's insane, that's been dealing with mental trauma, and this is the outlet he took? Bad decisions, all right, come with consequences. And you talking about some you believe in law. Fuck law. When it comes to life and death, law is nothing. When it comes to life and death. And if one of your family members got taken out by a white person or a person from another race, why the fuck are you trying to get everybody else involved? Huh? If you want revenge, get it, nigga. Do you? Do you? But that's not what people want. They want justice. They want monetary justice. And see, you know, it's a shame, man, when we going through shit like this. It's a shame. It is a shame we're going through shit like this. There's a lot of stuff going on, man. There's a lot of shit going on. But when we could take the time to concentrate on frivolous shit like this, we should be trying to figure out if this young man is going to get free, how are we going to remedy his situation? And you got people, man, it's crazy as hell. It's crazy as hell. Because the shit I saw today, that's crazy. It's crazy. The shit I saw today. Now, I'm going to show y'all what I'm talking about, because all of these so-called people of concern ain't concerned about the victims or the victimizer. They only concerned about the reaction. That's it. They only concerned about that. When I can hear shit like this, it's disturbing.
I want to start off this press conference to say something as a deep note.
Really? To say something that's a deep note. This is what we're doing nowadays. We appealing to the darker side of people. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. We don't appeal to the, I don't know what you call it, to the normal side of people. We dealing with this shit. That's crazy. I'm gonna show you guys something. It's gonna be really. I thought this was weird. Yeah, I thought it was weird. Let me see if I can find it because it just stood out to me, man. And I saw this a long time ago, man, and I don't understand how people didn't see that this was weird. Let me see here. We're gonna get to a point where we need to make this a priority, that we stop involving our kids in this shit that we went through in the past, if we went through it. People say they trying to prevent their kids from going through shit that they went through. Why are you still teaching your kids shit like that? Why are you teaching your kids that they gotta look over their shoulder, building up these complexes that these kids have? Why you think so many of them ain't afraid to do this shit like this? Like, how did you think that you were going to, you know, do something like that to somebody and nobody wasn't gonna fucking be upset about it? How? And for the adults to come forward and act like that's not a normal thing is weird to me. It's weird. It's just crazy, man, how everybody's falling into line with this shit. It's crazy. It is crazy. And ain't nobody fucking looking at this the way it's supposed to be looked at. They all fucking acting like, hey, let's just do it because. Whoops. It is crazy how this shit is, man. Just bear with me. Why can't I find this shit? I saw this shit earlier. Here we go. Let's do it. Add to the stage. There we go. Now, I don't look. I feel for both families, but that doesn't make me stupid. that don't make me ignorant or, you know, I'm gonna call them back, call their ass back. But I don't understand why is this shit right here necessary. Now listen to this.
I want to start off this press conference to say something as a deep note that I can tell America. What we seen at the beginning of this press conference, the father being at this press conference, these are my words, don't quote anybody, is a disrespect to the dignity of his son.
It's a
Next generation action.
I don't understand. I don't understand this. How is the victim's father coming to a press conference, right, to support the family who's being targeted because of the death of their father? I mean, of their child. See, nobody asked this man what he was doing there. Just automatically gonna assume that it was to disrespect somebody. See, and he's saying it's a disrespect
from the beginning
of his
has
son.
respected the loss of life. No matter our opinion of it, we have kept our opinion close. We have not attacked. We have not shared the information that was shared with us about Austin Metcalf because we respect the dignity of life and loss.
That's right.
And as a minister, I will not attack a grieving family, even if I disagree with them. When I have stood before this podium for people who have died at the hands of law enforcement, I have asked for that same manner of respect. And even when the shoe is on the other foot, I will not do that. And all I'm going to say, so it don't be asked later, is that was disrespectful and just shows you all the character who is not invited. He knows that it's inappropriate to be near this family, but he did it.
That is crazy. That is crazy. The person who lost a child, right, can't have no contact with the people whose child killed theirs. To tell you the truth, the parents on both sides are neutral parties. The parents didn't have nothing to do with this shit. This is why I'm so baffled. Well, why it seems like people need to point out that the parents of this or that is doing anything other than grieving or trying to console one another. Both their kids crashed the fuck out. And to say that the man is disrespectful, there should be both sides reaching out, man, for some type of resolution in this. See, but they don't want that. They don't want that. And you can tell when people are trying to virtue signal, when they try to put themselves up there as something that they could perceive as being, righteous. That's crazy to me, man. That's crazy. I can't believe that everybody, right, that say, fuck the church, I ain't saying that this nigga right here is instigating.
And so I say to people,
let the parents talk. Let the parents reconcile with each other. If the parents can come to an agreement and an understanding, then everybody should be able to. But no, keep them apart. That's disrespectful. Get the fuck out of here. Want to be Martin Luther King?
Actions speak louder than words. Okay? What he has failed into is the political operatives that want to make this thing a political thing of hate, yet bigotry, and yet racism. We have conservative.
See, if I was representing this family and I was saying, hey, we don't want this to seem like it's a race issue, then having both sides, the parents and the parents of the aggressor or the victim, come together in consolidation and unity and show that, hey, this is a tragedy that occurred amongst our kids. And if we want this shit to stop, we got to stop other people from manipulating us and making us think that one side is worse than the other. But no, this cat right here, we have never disrespected anybody. But y'all ain't now time try to come forward and reconcile. They weren't there. These people was not there. The mother and the father was not there. They totally innocent in this shit. From a distance. Both sides. So why can't they come together and be like, you know what? I am so sorry that this happened to your son and that my child did this to you. We talking about children. We ain't talking about no hardened criminals. We're not talking about no lifelong racist. We talking about kids. Kids that can't control their temper, kids that can't deal with stress, kids that like, drama. Because from what I'm seeing, that's what's the case on both sides. You can say the kid picked on him or did whatever, or you could say he cold-bloodedly killed the kid, but at the end of it all, they kids. They kids, man. And for the parents to sit up here and act like a movement needs to take place because of this actions of two teenagers, it's retarded to me, man. To where you got to get a fake civil rights activist / preacher to come up there and be your mouthpiece and watch. This is what gets me, though. I'm not going to say it right now. Just let it play.
Conservative operatives that have been posting nonstop about this case.
And you know why that shouldn't matter? Because he's there to represent the parents, not the fucking internet or who on the internet or defend them from the internet. If you don't want to see people talking shit about you on the internet, get off the fucking internet because it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop. And you can tell this dude's been practicing his lines and that he's trying to pull on your heartstrings with that bullshit. Because just keep it going. Watch.
It is outright disrespectful. We haven't been doing it. The Next Generation Action Network has been here.
Hold on. Y'all heard it the first time. This is the first time, 2 minutes and 46 seconds, that he done brought up his what? His company that he has, that he's utilizing to assist these two people in the back there, who I feel like are being duped because all this man is talking about is optics. He ain't talking about no resolution. He ain't talking about coming to terms with what happened. He's only talking about law and optics. That's it. And he's dragging all of us in there with his bullshit. Watch, he's going to be saying he have a dream here pretty soon. Watch. Nah, I'm just fucking with you.
Popular and unpopular. So regardless of what's going on,
Now, I'm not a great public speaker, but I'm not a preacher either. I'm not a representative of a business that depends on public speaking. But that right there seems like it's a little, if not silly, what he just said.
It is outright disrespectful. We haven't been doing it. The Next Generation Action Network has been here, popular and unpopular. So regardless of what's going on.
Why is he saying that like that? Is he from another country? Regardless of what's going on. Why is he talking like that? See? You know why people talk like that? Because they really trying to get their message across, and their logic and their emotion is in conflict with one another. Regardless of what's going on. Crazy shit, man.
That was disrespectful. Disrespectful. And I will leave it to y'all.
It's disrespectful for the victim's parents to meet with the parents of the people who said that there's or whose son was accused of killing their child. How is that disrespectful? Was anything said that was disrespectful? Just because you're reading posts offline don't mean the people that's going through the actual shit are feeling the same way. And this is the problem we have right now, because we let charlatans like this step in and be our mouthpiece and can make us look deceptive even though we're actually innocent. This motherfucker is making them look deceptive by talking about this shit. And don't forget, at 2:47, 2 minutes and 46 seconds, he fucking brought up his job. I didn't say it twice. He did it once already. Watch how many times you do that shit.
Y'all to define it. But of course we want to. Y'all, I'm Minister Dominique Alexander. I serve as the president of the Next Generation Action Network.
There it goes again. The Next Generation Action Network. Again, that's 2 times. 3:11. We know who he is. We know where he came from. But see, you don't understand. Most people ain't picking up on the self-promotion shit. See?
Today I come before you with a heavy heart, but determined in spirit, not just as an advocate, but as a Black man, as a father, as a protector, community, and children. There are
What?
Alexander, I serve as the president of the Next Generation Action Network. Today I come before you with a heavy heart, but determined in spirit, not just as an advocate, but as a Black man, as a father, as a protector, community, and children.
Not as that sound weird to me. But hey, maybe I'm just reading into it because I don't like this cat. I don't.
There are 4 critical points I must address today, and I want to make sure that the public and the media and everyone who believes in truth and justice. First, the misinformation about the fund. From the very beginning.
What does this have to do with the children? What does this have to do with that? Here we are at 3 minutes and 43 seconds. This dude has talked about his job twice, and now we're talking about money. Okay.
There was an intentional disinformation surrounding the fund created in the support of the Anthony family.
Hold on. I didn't know that the family was named after the child. I didn't know that. Oh, you know what? That's the last name. You're right. My bad. Go ahead.
The Carmelo
I had to think about that for a second. I'm like, the Anthony family? My bad.
Fund, hosted by Give, Send, Go. Let's be clear. The family has not received one dime. Any of the media could have verified this, but we saw on Twitter, we saw on Facebook, and so many different things.
Why y'all looking at Twitter and Facebook about some shit that's happening to your child? And this dude right here, he shouldn't even be fucking worried about shit like that. If he's a representative of your family, he should be worried about your safety and your child. And also how they gonna deal with the aftermath of all this bullshit. Because whether the boy get off or he go to jail, they still gonna be suffering. They still gonna be suffering. It's a trip how these guys go through this shit. And they overlook all of this stuff because they want to seem like they righteous. Ain't no righteousness in this shit at all.
Of the false, lavish life of this family. $800,000 home, purchase Escalade, in private security. Let me make this very clear. The Next Generation Action Network has always...
There we go again. The third time. 433. The Next Action News Network. Yeah, the Next Action News Network. 3 times already, and it's their first interview since all this shit happened. And this nigga talking about his job and money.
Always had its security detail. Many of you that know us in the Dallas and Fort Worth media know that we have our own security detail. One of the individuals...
What do you need security for? If this is not, if you're not trying to make this into something it ain't. What you need security for? That's my thing. And then you can't even allow the parents to come together and try to work something out. They can't allow none of that. Ain't no empathy in this shit, huh? Ain't no I feel bad. None of that shit. Here it is, 4 minutes and 46 seconds.
Individuals that escorted Carmelo Anthony out of jail is here present with us now. They are a part of the Next Generation Action Network.
There we go again. 4 times. 4 minutes and 58 seconds.
Security team. The family hasn't hired any private contractors or whatever, or splurged or whatever. But if they have the audacity to spend money for their safety and security, that's their prerogative.
Yes, it is.
The family has not withdrawn.
Just like it's everybody else's prerogative, what they saying on social media. We shouldn't be worrying about shit like that. This is a very serious situation for them and their child. Why are you looking at social media? Is this some kind of publicity stunt? Why does social media play a big role in your conference right now? This is what I'm asking. If you ain't trying to feed into the shit, then why are you trying to explain it away?
And just until recently, just yesterday, they were officially notified by Give, Send, Go that they could start the withdrawal process. But if any...
Hold on. He said that there was a... See, man, this is...
audacity to spend money if or whatever team. The family hasn't hired any Action Network escorted Carmelo Anthony.
No, let's go back.
Many of you that know us in the Dallas go Carmelo Anthony Fund.
Check this shit out. Watch him say it was all fraud. And then he gonna say that now they're allowed to withdraw the funds.
Hosted by Give, Send, Go.
Gives and Go. Look, here we go. Gives and Go is the fundraiser. Watch what he says about the fundraiser.
Surrounding the fund created in the support of the Anthony family. The misinformation about the fund. From the very beginning, there was an intentional disinformation surrounding the fund created in the support of the Anthony family. The Carmelo Anthony Fund, hosted by Give, Send, Go. Let's be clear. The family has not received one dime. Any of the media could have verified this, but we saw on Twitter, we saw on Facebook, and so many different things of the false, lavish life of this family.
You see, this is the thing. People that gave to the family could have leaked that information. But my thing is, why is he calling it fraud?
Let's be clear. The family information about the fund in the media and everyone who believes in truth and justice. First, the misinformation about the fund. From the very beginning, there was an intentional disinformation surrounding the fund created in the support of the Anthony family. The Carmelo Anthony Fund, hosted by Give, Send, Go. Let's be clear. The family has not received one dime. Any of the media could have verified this, but we saw on Twitter, we saw on Facebook, and so many different things of the false, lavish life of this family. $800,000 home, purchase Escalade, and private security. Let me make this very clear. The Next Generation Action Network has always had its security detail. Many of you that know us in the Dallas and Fort Worth media know that we have our own.
He's already said it 5 times already. I'm not going to recount that one.
One of the individuals that escorted Carmelo Anthony out of jail is here present with us now. They are a part of the Next Generation Action Network security
He already said
team.
that too.
The family hasn't hired any private contractors or whatever, or splurged or whatever. But
your company is a private contractor, bro. The fuck?
If they have the audacity to spend money for their safety and security, that's their prerogative.
Yes.
The family has not withdrawn, and just until recently, just yesterday, they were officially notified by Give, Send, Go that they could start the withdrawal process.
So in other words, the stories weren't untrue. They weren't false. Some of it was, but the part about them getting the money from Gifts and Go, the donations, is true. Just because you can't withdraw it, don't mean it ain't your money. Gifts and Go, just like GoFundMe, opens up an account. People put money in there, and the account belongs to who? You. If there's no issues with where the money came from or what the account represents, then you can withdraw the money. But don't sit up there and say you ain't receiving no money, and then now stay up there and say they just been notified that they can start withdrawing the money. Withdrawals mean that the money was there for them. Just like if you get a lot of money put into your bank account, you can't withdraw it out the same day. What do? They do a check on that shit. They do a background on the where the money came from, because if there's any fraudulent activity, guess what they're going to do? Stop the money at your own bank. So don't sit up there and act like what the people said about these people getting money ain't true. Ain't nothing wrong with it. They can get money. Who cares? That's their business. But if you asking the public for the money, you know that it's public knowledge now. I'm not condoning what they said, but I'm not gonna fucking condone what he doing. This is a snake right here, man.
But if anybody know about
That's a snake right there. Where all the Bible crushers and the preacher crushers and the church crushers? Where y'all at? Fair weather fucking fighters.
About this process, they know that takes about 2 to 3 days to withdraw from that and actually hit any account.
But this is there. Here we are at 5 minutes and 53 seconds.
But this blatant propaganda wasn't just about the fund. It was to discourage the public from giving to the fund.
First off, people were going to give anyway. Hell, I was going to give. But I'm not giving now because now I know where it's going to. Now I know where it's going to. To this snake right here, who feel like he got to justify what's going to happen to the money. And then sit up there and play ring around the rosy with the fact that they getting money from the public. When anybody that donated to their shit could have put that rumor out there. And you, as being a young man, because he ain't that old, he's trying to make himself look that old. He ain't that old. Should know that this is how shit works in social media. Nobody's safe. Comments and chats, they gonna be horrible and harsh on a motherfucker. I might be getting some harsh ones right now. But I don't care. You know why? Because I'm a real one. I'm a real nigga, man. I ain't going for no bullshit, no snakery. See, because even if you are my own people, if your kid killed my kid, I'm gonna want some revenge. I'm gonna want some revenge. Thank God them people ain't like that. Thank God them people ain't like that.
That's what this was about. Because just like TMZ was able to call, give, send, go, everybody in the media, in these news outlets that I've never heard before, could have did the same thing. When I first called Give, Send, Go, they gave me every information that I need.
Why do you, man, look, his body language ain't even right for me.
Okay? So that's what I'm going to say on regards to that. Let me make this very clear. This family never authorized a single fund on the GoFundMe platform.
What the hell? Gifts and GoFundMe, it don't matter. It's the same shit. Come on, man. Semantics.
All of the funds that were raised on the GoFundMe were all fraud.
Look at this. They were all fraudulent.
Yeah, I got you.
Just because it wasn't called Gifts and Go, right? It was called GoFundMe. It's fraudulent. Apples and oranges, right?
All of the funds that was raised on that platform were fraud. Okay?
So they did raise funds on that platform, and they were fraud. So just because you didn't get the money, that somebody tricked your ass making you think you got the money, does not mean that it didn't occur.
The family was the first to report these funds. One of the funds.
The family was the first to report the funds that were fraudulent on GoFundMe. Why? How did they even know if they didn't make the count? How did they even know? Somebody probably came and told them, hey, I donated to you guys' account on GoFundMe. So they went on there and saw it and was like, let's get the money. Couldn't get the money because it's fraudulent. Let's report it and have the account shut down.
We identified raised up to a.
You know why I'm doing this? It's because shit like this shouldn't be going on in the first place. These people don't even know what their future gonna hold. They haven't even gotten past the point where their son, if they don't even know if he's in trouble or not. Here we are, 7 minutes and 33 seconds, and all we talked about was social media and money. That's it. That's all we talked about. And this is only 30 minutes.
11,000. So a post about anything, the family was the first to report these funds. One of the funds we identified raised up to 11,000. So a post about anything that stated that GoFundMe took everything down regarding Carmelo Anthony, that was at the request of the families and their supporters. This family never tried to create an account on GoFundMe. The Next Generation Action Network is very well.
Here we are. That's 6 times. 7 minutes and 58 seconds he said that shit. Nobody care about your company, sir.
Aware of the company's policy regarding raising funds for legal defense. Okay? Since this an account on GoFundMe, the Next Generation Action Network is very well aware of the company's policy regarding raising funds for legal defense. Okay? Since this
so hold on. So the name on the account would be known. Whoever created the account would have been known. Why not tell who created the account? And the reason why I'm saying that is because later on in this thing right here, he gonna start naming people who he so-called thinks wronged him. But he ain't gonna name who started the account at GoFundMe. Because you know why? The Nation One whatever fucking started it.
Tragedy unfolded, the Anthony family has been subject to unimaginable amount of hate, racism, threats to their safety. People have sat outside their house, sent objects delivered to their door, publicly harassed, online and in person. This is not just about Carmelo. It's about the family who dared to stand and demand justice in a return and receive ugliness that racism in this country still breeds. But let me
see, this is the shit right here. You don't think people are upset because their kid or their friend or their loved one is dead? So this kid ain't have no fucking affiliation with nobody else besides his parents. This is expected, man. When your kid does something to another kid and they both popular. This is expected. You're not going to expect people, or you shouldn't expect people to just not say nothing when they feel like something has been done to somebody they like or they love. Come on, man.
He say this loud and clear. We are not scared. We are not.
See, all of this shit is crazy. Here we are at 8:50, right? 8:50.
Not moving. We will not be silent. What I've always said as the president of the Next Generation Action Network.
There we go. 9 minutes. That's 7 times he done brought up his job.
We will never ask the oppressor for permission to liberate our people.
What the hell does that mean? Who is oppressing these people? Who is oppressing them? This man has a business. These people have a life. They got kids. They got careers. She's a stay-at-home mom. Who is oppressing them? See, to sit up here and fucking jibber jabber about oppression is crazy as fuck to me. When you can get on national TV and complain about racism when you collecting money on behalf of a murder. God damn, that's crazy. I was going to say something else right there, but to sit up there and claim racism while you collecting money on behalf of the racist deed is weird and not feel like it's inappropriate. That's crazy to me, man.
We will not ask for permission to stand up for the rights of our children. The Next Generation Action Network has stood on.
Look, you can't expect to say that and not expect the people, the other side, to say it too. What, they supposed to just go home and accept that shit? Oh, he killed him. Well, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Can't do nothing about it. Man, you're going to have to expect people to be upset and up in arms with that shit and want some and feel a certain type of way about your family and your kids. You think that that boy thought about that before he did what he did? You think he cared about his parents when he did what he did? That they was going to be ridiculed, targeted, threatened? You know what I'm saying? You think he cared about that? No. You know why? Because that wasn't in his mind. That's not in his mind at the time. He was thinking about what he was about to do. And I don't know what that was, but we saw the results of it. You think them kids that came over there and was messing with him thought about their parents? Oh, my parents gonna be fucked up if something happened to me. If I beat this kid up and I end up going to jail, my parents they're gonna fucking be upset because I got a whole fucking life ahead of me. I'm 17 years old. I'm in high school. They not giving a fuck about what their parents is thinking about. And that's the problem. If your kids respected you, they wouldn't put you in situations like this. They wouldn't go out and do shit that's going to eventually come back to your home and fuck up your whole family. They wouldn't do shit like that.
Both sides of the fence in ensuring that justice is served. Now, getting to the information that the Next Generation Action Network.
And look, ask him about the rules of justice when a life is taken in the Bible. Ask him, preacher man. And he about to talk about a job again. Here we go again. He about to talk about that bitch again. Watch. 8 times in 9 minutes and 24 seconds. Watch.
Now, getting to the information that the Next Generation Action Network wanted to share.
Whoa, my bad. I was wrong. 9 minutes and 31 seconds. 8 times he done said where he worked at.
With the public today. And I will go ahead and pass it over to the mother and once I make this statement, okay?
What happened to the 4 things? What happened to the 4
there's
things?
2 more final.
What happened to the 4 things? He only hit on 2. Let's hear the 4 things. I want to hear all 4.
For the last week and a half, the Next Generation Action Network has.
That's 9 times, 9 minutes and 49 seconds. He talked about a job.
Engaged in communications with Frisco ISD to ensure that Carmelo Anthony's due process is not violated. We know that in the state of Texas, there are things.
He's a kid. He don't need no due process. He ain't being looked at like an adult. If anything, that's what should be said. that this is 2 kids that this shit happened to. And one lost his life. Here we are at 10 minutes. 10 fucking minutes. And he ain't said nothing about whether this shit was right or wrong. He ain't said, you know what? This was tragic and it was wrong. With all the shit that's going on, we know how it is out here trying to raise our kids in a world that don't respect shit when it deals with family. And when kids get in trouble, it's not the parents' place to bail them out every fucking time. It's not. It's not the parents' place to say, no matter what. You see what I'm saying? No matter what, I'm going to back this shit up. No, man. It's not the parents' place to do that. If that was the case, why we got so many niggas on death row right now? Why we got so many people doing life right now? Why the parents ain't came forward and sacrificed everything for their freedom? You know why? Because there are people out here that know that people just do fucking shit and they don't care about who they do it to or who it affects. They don't care about that. And if you seeking justice, you're not seeking justice for no adult. You're seeking justice for a kid. It's not even the same justice. What they think the boy, he gonna get off, he's just gonna be free, and he's just gonna go back to school, finish, go to college, get a good job. And no, that's not gonna happen. I don't give a fuck what y'all talking about. It's not gonna happen. That shit's gonna follow him the rest of his life. And we can sit up there and play hard all we want. I would have did the same thing. Fuck you, put your hands on me, I'm gonna kill you too. Man, I'm telling you, man, this is asinine. This is stupid shit that we're allowing ourselves to do. We don't realize that what if this kid got a sibling and now he's going to be looking at him like he's a killer. You don't know what that's going to do to that boy. And see, to put kids in adult situations and act like ain't nothing wrong with it is crazy. It's crazy. They shouldn't even be up here talking about this. Since it's a juvenile, they shouldn't even be involved in no press conferences, no fucking GoFundMes. This is a kid. This is a kid who made a mistake, if that's what it was. And now he's going to have to deal with it for the rest of his life. See, people that do not value their privacy, to me, seem like they got an ulterior motive. You know why? Because, first of all, they should have went after the police department and the news media for putting all their information out there like that and for fucking putting their life in jeopardy because their kid made a fucking mistake. But no, they ain't worried about that. They're not worried about that. They going after nobody when it comes to that. See? They got a case for that. We talking about tampering with evidence, putting out information about the victims, putting out information about the suspect, all that shit. And they all kids. It's against the law. But your way of fighting it is bringing Pastor Poke Chop up there so he can represent himself fucking 9 times in 10 minutes.
That are discretionary things and decisions by the leadership of Frisco ISD, right? There are clear guidance in the state and education code regarding expulsion of a student.
What? What the hell are we talking about here? Expulsion of a student? I know we ain't going where I think we're going. Yep, here we go. Here we go.
We have asked several times. We didn't just rush. We have had these conversations over the last several days. And we have stated that it is just outright wrong to get involved in this. Carmelo Anthony.
Hold on. Did he say this is outright wrong? To get in this? Hold on. This is the first time he said anything about being wrong. I wonder who he's talking about.
He doesn't have to walk. He doesn't have to involve in any senior activities. But Carmelo Anthony is a 3.7 GPA student. And if he does,
I don't give a fuck. See, this is what I'm talking about. What is wrong with these people? They think this dude gonna go to school and everything will be cool. They think this, oh my goodness, man. Do you see what mindset the adults are in? What they worrying about right now? I don't give a fuck if you on the road for your whole fucking life. All of that good shit go out the door when you fuck up. You could be the best motherfucker in the world. It doesn't matter. All that shit go out the fucking window, out the door. All of that is overshadowed by the fact is that you killed somebody, man. And look at what the parents, what mind state are they in? You can imagine what mind state the child's in. This is a confusing fucking press conference, first of all. He ain't talked about nothing but money and his job. And now he's talking about whether or not the boy is expelled. That should be a given. What school wants somebody that killed somebody, stabbed them at a fucking sporting event? What school wants somebody like that? Worry about what's going on right now. And see, this is the reason why we go through this, because we worry about the wrong fucking shit.
Doesn't even go to class for the remainder of the year, he would graduate. Okay?
Look at this shit. Look at this shit.
But Carmelo Anthony is a 3.7 GPA student. Mm-hmm. And if he doesn't even go to class for the remainder of the year, he would graduate. Okay?
So what's the fucking problem? What's the problem? Now, I don't understand why it's important.
We've asked that Frisco do not make a decision in this situation. But Frisco,
he worried about one school. The kid can graduate from any school in America. Any school, he can transfer his credits and his school to any school in America. But you're worrying about the school that he's going to whilst he committed murder. Or from what you say, self-defense. Come on, man. It don't make no fucking sense.
Frisco ISD has notified of their intent to expel Carmelo Anthony from school 1 month before his high school graduation.
What the fucking parents of the other kid gonna do? 1 month before school ends, he gets killed. And you up here worrying about the person that killed him, whether or not they gonna finish school. Man, this is stupid as fuck. I don't even see why the parents is letting this dude get up here and talk about this. It's too early in the matrix to be fucking around with this. Nigga, don't take the red pill. Don't take the blue pill. Take the black one. Take the black one. And I don't know why, man, I don't know why this man sitting up here with a suit on with no coat. I don't know.
That just shows me that Frisco ISD is trying to push off the blame. And
hold on. Hold the fucking on. Frisco, the high school is trying to push off the blame. Oh my goodness. I done heard it all. Martin Luther King is rolling around in his grave, you fucking imposter. You imposter, dog.
I have not heard the media say, as many media outlets have asked us what went on. I'm trying to find how many of y'all have asked the superintendent or one single board of trustee, why didn't you cancel or postpone? With weather in that magnitude, you couldn't have a track meet in rain or thunderstorm.
What the fuck does this have to do with the murder? Now you get mad at the school about weather. We don't control the rain. Nobody controls the rain. Unless your heart coming from some of these other clowns. But come on, man. Now the school is at fault for the rain. What the hell is going on here, man?
Or clouds. Y'all are the media. Ask your journalists, your weather journalists, how the weather was that day and that time.
Hold on, I'm lost. Let me go back because I don't understand why this is even being conversated about the weather.
Weather in that magnitude, you couldn't have a track meet in rain or thunderstorm or clouds. Y'all are the media.
What the fuck? So you can't play no sports in inclement weather. If it's raining, you cannot play no sports. Even if it's cloudy, you can't play no sports. You can't play sports if it's cloudy. What the hell are you talking about?
In rain or thunderstorm or clouds. Y'all are the media. Ask your journalists, your weather journalists, how the weather was that day and that time. Y'all do that research.
So the weather is the reason why Carmelo stabbed Austin. God damn. Damn, I didn't even think about that. The weather, thunderstorm, rain, clouds, track meet, murder. The thunderstorm did it. The thunderstorm should be arrested for instigating a murder between two teenagers. Not the dumbass teenagers. Not the dumbass teenagers that feel like they can fuck with each other and do anything they want to do with each other. Not the dumbass teenagers. On both sides, the two dumb teenagers that brought all of this shit into fruition should be no blame on their behalf, the weather. And then on top of that, the school and the weather. Man, this is some crazy shit.
Because as a person who is the administrator of your children, you are responsible for the safety of the children. And so it seems as if Frisco ISD is trying to push this off by making this decision that they do not have to make.
They got to make the decision. Your child ain't the only child that's going there. And I don't know about you, even though my kids can handle their own and do their own shit, I don't think having a motherfucker that stabs people for touching them, that stabs you for, being a teenager, is the right person to be around the kids. Proven aggression that leads to death, yeah, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. He could graduate, but nope. He get out of jail before school's done, leave it. Even if this kid, right, gets out of jail, he doesn't have to go back to the school. Why are they even worrying about this? Why are they even worrying about this? You know why? Because this is public opinion. This is optics. This is virtue signaling. How you gonna be the victim and you the victimizer at the same fucking time? This is crazy. You worried about school and graduation, and these people got to worry about burial and closure and loss. Man, get the hell out of here, bro. Get the hell out of here. These people in the back, I don't even know what's wrong with them. They letting this man sit up here and say this shit and act like they justified for saying it. That's bullshit. You lucky if your son even get out. You don't know what's in the future for this kid. You worrying about high school graduation, walking and being expelled for committing murder. Come on, man.
So the Next Generation Action Network, outside of the legal process, will be going through different avenues regarding to ensure that we fight for the rights of Carmelo Anthony. Okay? So in the next coming days, we will be announcing to the public. We will do direct action outside of Frisco ISD administration office because this is outright wrong. You are getting involved in a process that even the legal process has asked us to respect. And we're asking you to do that same thing. You do not have to get involved in this situation. But it seems that even with us going and meeting or having conversations, they have made their mind up.
I made my mind up. That boy should not be going to any school until all of this shit is resolved. And all the schools, rightfully so, should not be having any association with you. Especially you, preacher. Shouldn't be having no affiliation with you, reaching out to them. You're not their lawyer. Unless they letting you represent them as the lawyer. But these people should know. My son did something that was very irresponsible. So being expelled from school is the least of your fucking worries. What about the rest of his life? What type of counseling is he going to need? Where y'all going to have to fucking take him when he's dealing with all of this shit that's going on around him? Think about that. How you going to explain what he did to his younger siblings? If you think that this shit was justified, then you got fucking serious problems, man. You got serious problems if you think stabbing a kid because he hit you or slapped you or punched you is justified. If you think this shit's justified, just like all them other crimes that were committed, you condoning that. Yeah. If you think he was justified, you condone what Zimmerman did to Trayvon Martin. Since y'all want to pull that in there. Since everybody want to bring up the past, you condoning this shit. Huh? You condoning when that cop shot that lady by saying this is justified. Because guess what? Self-defense. I don't believe y'all, man. Don't understand how this psychology works. By sitting up here condoning this type of behavior, you're opening the door for all of it. All of it. There's not going to be nobody that's not willing to do some shit like this when they know that they can get away with it. When did we become the unreasonable motherfuckers? See? When did we become the motherfuckers that make the bad decisions that cause situations like this to reoccur over and over again? Well, now you know why the inner city and the children, the YNs, are doing what the fuck they doing to each other out there. Now you know why young people like the Dallas kid, yeah, he a kid, he was a man, but he a kid that goes by the name of MO3 was killed. Now you know why. Because we condone shit like that. We condone people crashing out and killing each other for bullshit. We condone that. We condone motherfuckers saying, hey, if you put your hands on me, that's a death sentence. Come on, man. The kid gonna have enough, he gonna have enough time dealing with the mental stress of what he did, let alone all this other shit that his parents got him going through. And Pastor Pochop, he want him to be a poster boy for his job. He done said his job like 9 times in the past 13 minutes. He ain't said shit about that was wrong what he did. See, it was wrong what he did. Even if he didn't mean to kill the kid, that was wrong. Even Carmelo thought it was wrong after he did it. That's why he turned himself in. Come on, man. I can't believe the kids got to be the ones to break away from this foolish shit that the adults is putting us through. The kids got to be part. The kids should not listen. And this is the time that I'm going to say it. Stop listening to your parents. Stop listening to them motherfuckers. They do not got your best interest in mind. I done seen too many parents harm their kids with their fucked up ass radical fucking behavior and attitude and advice that I don't know what to say, man. It's like we want to use our kids for everything. We going through the emancipation all over again. All the kids need to be emancipated from their fucking parents because their parents don't know what the fuck they doing. That's what needs to be happening. Now, here we go. You got people like, for instance, the Columbine shit. Them kids did that shit, right? Because of what? They was being bullied. But guess what? Ain't none of the parents say, hey, yeah, they shouldn't have bullied him. It shouldn't have bullied him. My daughter wouldn't have got killed if they wouldn't have bullied him. My son wouldn't have got killed if they wouldn't have bullied him. No, man. If the parents would have paid attention to their kids and taught them how to deal with conflict, they wouldn't have been doing the shit that they doing. And just like the parents in this situation are looked at just like the parents from the Columbine shit, I'm just waiting when the charges gonna hit. I'm just waiting because there's no remorse from here. There's no remorse in this. There's nothing remorseful about this. These people seem like they emotionally handicapped. They don't care about nobody else but themselves. The child is dead. The child, C-H-I-L-D, is dead. And they ain't got no remorse. They worried about social media and graduation. When your kid just now snuffed out this kid's social media and graduation, all that shit, man. And you got Pastor Pochal, I have a dream that the Nation One Islam is going to come in and protect. You think this nigga's doing this shit for free? Hell no. He's probably getting some of that fraudulent GoFundMe. It's crazy, man.
And we want to make sure that the record, that we talk truth to
the record that we talk. The record that we talk. Look at this shit. Look down at your script, man, and read the words and stop trying to act like you got it all in the bag, you con man.
Power in regards. I wanted to lay this out to ensure, because of the sensitivity of this case, there are so many moving factors that I have to explain so that this family does not have to explain. Let me say this about the fourth, and
hold on. You mean to tell me, if y'all don't think this ain't a play, this man to sit up in there and call these people oppressors, and his whole video staff is white. His whole video staff is white. What the hell is going on? NGAN, right, is being supported by the oppressor. And look, these people right here, these white guys, they ain't got no problem with it. You know why? Because they get paid. They getting paid. See, so white people, y'all got issues too on y'all side as well. Y'all got people that's mentally unstable as well. Because if you can sit up there and somebody can call you an oppressor, or people that look just like you an oppressor, and you don't have no problem with videotaping it and dispersing it out through the entire country, you got a fucking problem. You got a problem. You got some self-hate going on. And it seems like we have adopted the same thing We have adopted the same thing. These people are fucking weird. How you gonna sit up there and say we not gonna turn to the oppressor? Didn't say no names, just made a blanket statement. He probably worked for them. He ain't the CEO. He said he the man. I swear, bro, this is some crazy shit. Crazy shit.
Let me repeat this so that you guys can go to the Frisco Police Department. The reason why the family or me or anybody with direct knowledge of this cannot talk about the particulars of what happened in that tent. I know you know this is all law. Is because if anybody tell you there was an adult near or inside or whatever, this current investigation knows nothing about that. Everybody involved at this point of our knowledge are minors. In the state of Texas, you know we cannot release or talk about minors.
Really? But you can set up GoFundMes, do press conferences, say that their parents are disrespecting the parents of the people you represent. You can talk about everything else around that. You know? And then this is not the first time this guy's been on camera talking about the other people's kid, calling them bullies and all kind of shit. But now you can't talk about the kids, huh? We got to watch these fork-tongued snakes, man. Here we are, almost 15 minutes, half the fucking interview. And he ain't denounced any of the shit that boy did. He ain't denounced none of it. See, and this is why people are having such a hard time. At least the people with morals and understanding. Everybody else ain't nothing but deviants, ain't nothing but racist, and they want to keep this shit going, and they want to make sure that I get as many views as I can. Huh? Don't stop being a content creator now. Don't stop entertaining now. These people have no remorse. None whatsoever. None whatsoever. And all the people that's gone out there and did shit like this, whether you white, black, Asian, Mexican, Hindu, it doesn't matter. And you ain't had enough respect for life like this dude was saying he got for life. At least you can say what he did was wrong. We know what he did was wrong, but he's just a child. He's just a child. You're a preacher. You know how it go. What he did was wrong, but thou knows not what he does. Thou does not know that he wielded the weapon to take a life. No, but you want to get your pug nose ass up there and talk about your job like 10 times in the last 15 minutes and then refer to some cash apps or whatever the fuck you was referring to. All I know is it's not representative of my people. My people don't feel like this. My people think that, hey, at least you could do after your kid killed these people kids is to reconcile with them. At least you can try to reconcile with the family. At least you can try and make peace in the community. Not sitting back there like a chess cat, letting this clown tell you what to say, what to do. Got you up there making a spectacle out of you in front of the same people you calling the oppressor. What kind of sense does that make? You from the NG? What the fuck is he from? The NRAGG, whatever. Man, get out of here with that shit.
So stop asking us the question. Stop. It's no. We can't even do it if we wanted to.
You did it last time.
We can't talk about it.
You did it last
don't
time.
Ask. There is.
He did a whole breakdown. He blamed the weather. Said it was the teacher's fault. Said it was the school's fault. Said it was Austin's fault. Said it was Austin and his brother's fault. See? Said it was the track meet's fault. Now you can't talk about it. You don't want to talk about it.
It's a court of law that will express everything, will lay out everything. We can't talk about it if we wanted to.
Yep. And look, listen to what he said. A court of law will set out everything. Right? God forbid it sets it out. And then everything they set out condemns your child. God forbid, right? God forbid that they set out all the evidence, all the facts, and Carmelo is guilty. God forbid, bro. God forbid. You know why? Because then you're going to see the real ugliness of this shit. See? You're going to see the real ugliness of it. God forbid he gets off. Nothing happens to him. Then you're going to see the real ugliness of this shit. The real ugliness on how people mentally ill allow shit like this to change their entire world. People that ain't even got shit to do with this. Ain't got shit to do with this. Call to action. See? You know who should really fucking fight it out? This cat right here and whoever they got on their side representing them. That's who should fight it out. To the death. To the death. Get a sword, get a knife, get whatever you want. To the death. You are representative. You fight for us. You fighting on behalf of the Carmelo Anthony family. The Anthony family chose you. You need to step in the ring. I guarantee he'll turn tail and tell them, this is on you. This is on you. I'm not involved in it. I'm only here to make everybody see the injustice of racism. See? So now I can claim that I support civil rights and put in for a grant because my business is a call to action business.
Okay? So make it clear. Go back, confirm with Frisco Police Department. Go back, confirm with the district attorney. Even in the bond hearing, you didn't see a single thing said about people that was indirect. They're minors.
Show the fuck are. So why are you acting like they are adults? The laws that affect minors do not affect adults. And the other way around. Why are you acting like this is the conviction and you're fighting the conviction? They ain't even set a trial date yet. I guess you got to get ahead of the ball, right? You got to get that money. You got to get the war chest going, right? In expectation for a long, drawn-out fight, huh? Man, these peoples ain't nothing but frauds, man. Frauds. And whoever is promoting them is fraudulent too as well. So, hey, it is what it is.
Okay? So stop. The social media, stop. I haven't saw not one person single-handedly get this right.
Including yourself. You leading the bunch. Not one of y'all got this right. In the past 15 minutes, you did not say that this situation should have never happened, that it was wrong. That shows how much you care about these kids. You only care about the law. Fuck the facts, the law. And the fact is that shit should have never happened. That kid, both those kids, should have been able to control themselves. And if they couldn't, they shouldn't have been in an environment where they were able to clash with other people. Because I guarantee you, if it wouldn't have been Austin, it would have been somebody else. Come on, man. You can't take it back. You can't take away the fact is that it was done. And the way it was done as if somebody wasn't thinking. We're talking about a successful family, mother and father, that's probably got decent jobs, living in a community where they ain't got to worry about people breaking in their house, robbing them and jacking them and shit like that, right? You mean to tell me that they couldn't deal with this situation? If their son would have came home and said somebody was bullying me at the track meet, they could have had them people by the fucking purse strings. See? But see, what they thinking is that, hey, you know, we got to do whatever we can to survive. They're after you, son. When they surround you, it's not to surround you, give you a pat on the back. It's to surround you to put a rope around your neck. And see, we don't know what we're doing when we teaching our kids shit like that. We inflicting them with a paranoid complex that they'll live with for the rest of their life, that'll evolve into all kind of other issues mentally. We're literally training our kids to be psychotic, teaching them shit like that. You got to work 10 to 15 times harder than all the other kids because you black. You're talking about society creating a complex problem. No, it's the parents that's creating these problems. If you can't explain it to your kids that they different from other kids because of the color of their skin, the only way you can do it is by telling them that they under threat and duress. You automatically starting your kid off with paranoia. Paranoid about everything. That's why these kids act erratic around each other in public. That's why they act funny. But when you got kids with parents that know how to deal with conflict, that know how to deal with bigotry, that know how to deal with racism, they teach their kids the same shit. People that have gone through stuff and negotiated it and figured out how to defeat it ain't gonna come back and become a remedial learner at the shit. They're not gonna say, well, I did this, this, and this to get away from all of that poverty and racism. But you got to struggle through it. You got to watch your back every day. You got to make sure you work 10 times harder. And they ain't did none of that shit. None of that shit. Looking at these people, let me know that they ain't lived a hard day in their fucking life. You see what I'm saying? So why are you up here teaching your kids to fear and be aggressive towards everybody else? Because they listen to cocksuckers like this. They listen to people just like this. These preachers that don't have a congregation unless a tragedy happened. Don't have nobody listening to them unless there's something to deal with color and race. They ain't got no congregation because nobody want to hear that same old "we shall overcome one day. The oppressors forgive us." Come on, man. Get out of here with that shit, man. When we gonna stop listening to that bullshit? When we gonna stop believing them when we know that they ain't nothing but all actors? This is an actor. Bad at it, though, but he's still actor. He acting like he really care about these people and the kids, but he don't give a damn. Because if he did, he wouldn't let 15 fucking minutes go by in a 30-minute fucking conference meeting or the family speaking out and tell the people that they are not in opposition to truth, law, and justice, and that this situation shouldn't have never happened. Shouldn't have never happened, man. And what he did was wrong. To teach future fucking people from coming up thinking that the only way you can solve your problems is by killing it, man. That ain't the only way you can solve your problems. And I don't care about all these people that's going to come and talk shit and act like what I'm saying is cooning and all that shit. I don't give a fuck about all that, man. That's why I don't socialize with you niggas offline. That's why I don't socialize with people that's online anyway, man. Everybody's a pretender on this shit. Ain't nobody truthful. Ain't nothing we can give you that's gonna help you except for advice. And if you don't use it, you're still in the same position you're in. And this right here is bad advice this guy is giving them. Bad advice. Because guess what? After all this shit's done, he get paid, he leaving, he going back home. But they gotta live with this shit, man. That kid gotta suffer with this shit. Telling you, man.
In the public. They're minors, y'all. Just stop. We can't. Don't send another inquiry to NGAN inbox. Do this all.
Look, see, he getting inquiries to his business. He getting inquiries to his business because you know why? He's publicizing this. And people are like, he knows something, because if he didn't know anything, he would keep his fucking mouth shut. Keep your mouth shut, man. If you want the law to deal with this, stay out of public. Stay out of this shit talking about it. Stay low key if possible. These people were doing great into this shit. Now, you know what this is going to do? This is going to be a bad look on them. Not him. Everybody know he a clown. Everybody know this is a clown right here in a suit with sneakers on. Nigga wearing sneakers in a suit. Even Pops over here got brown shoes with a gray suit. You couldn't even put on no suit, no damn dress shoes. Get out of here, man.
All of that. That's the reason why we felt like it was important to do this press conference today. We can't talk about it. So if you ask,
what? We failed to do this press conference today because we can't talk about it. So press conference is over. That's what he should have said after that. But no, listen to this shit.
In inbox, do this, all of that. That's the reason why we felt like it was important to do this press conference today. We can't talk about it. So if you ask me, I'm just going to look at you. Okay. So I'm telling the world, everybody.
What, you had your eyes closed the whole time? Look at me. Look at me, Pastor Pochop.
Know the state law. I'm not creating it. We can't talk about it. This family can't talk about it. I can't talk about it. Nobody, unless you want to be sued. You release one of those 16-year-olds or 15-year-olds and 17-year-olds name, the law of this land tells you what was going to happen to you.
You know what? You're right. Everybody that heard him talk about Austin need to get their suits ready for his ass. But because before he became part of the family's backup team or whatever he is, he was talking about them people. He was talking about their kid. Their kid's name shouldn't even been in his mouth talking about these people. We had nothing to do with the case. See? But now he's on the team now. He can talk about it, or what he said was justified. No. With them blanket threats, ain't nobody gonna get sued for talking about this shit when this motherfucker was talking about it the whole time. You know how many videos he didn't put out talking about these people, talking about what he think happened? He don't even know what happened. But he gave a whole synopsis on how it was racist. They were bullying him. You know, made it seem like there was some backstory and shit. Man, go on, man. Teenagers do stupid shit. And stupid shit have stupid consequences. Serious stupid consequences.
Okay? So don't ask that question. Finally, in regards to this judge, I do not know Judge Angela Tucker. I've never met her, never known her, never been nowhere near her court. Don't know anything about her until we were notified that she was going to hear the writ. But about her until been nowhere near her court. Don't.
What the hell is going on?
Know anything about her until never. I've never met her, never known her, never been nowhere near her court.
Really? You don't know the judge? You don't know nothing about this. All you is just a mouthpiece, just talking bullshit. If you don't know nobody that's got any dealings with this shit as an adult, why are you even involved? Why is Pastor Porkchop involved? You know why? Because we always need a clown to run the circus. We always need a clown to run the circus.
Don't know anything about her until we were notified that.
That's a damn shame. He is lying. Any person that's representing somebody in a situation like this gonna know who the prosecutor is, gonna know who the judge is, even the bailiffs and the fucking arresting officers. Get out of here, man. See, if you know the lady and she's a black lady, who gives a fuck, man? She got a duty to do her job. If she don't do it right, you think these people gonna sit back and say, well, she the judge? No, they're gonna appeal that shit. Go to another judge. That's how this works. You trying to hide the fact that I didn't know her. And why is that so important? You know why? Because it's a black judge. You see the bullshit they do? Instead of just coming out and saying, the judge doesn't matter. The case is what matters. The evidence is what matters, not the judge. No, but he just painted a whole fucking bullshit ass picture for no reason. I don't even know how the judge got involved in this. Look.
I've never met her, never known her. Girl's name. The law of this land tells you what was going to happen to you. Okay? So don't ask that question. Finally, in regards to this judge, I do not know Judge Angela Tucker.
But you just said a whole government name. You did your background on the lady. You probably even met with her and everything. Just like the parents met with her. When things happen with juveniles, it starts off in juvenile court and then it escalates to adult court. So believe me, these people have already sat down with judges before this. They've already sat down and they got a good idea of where the direction of this case is going to go. This clown right here trying to act like, I don't know, don't have nothing to do with it, never saw her, never even met her, don't even know Angela, such and such. Sound like Trump.
I've never met her, never known her, never been nowhere near her court.
Guilty. Guilty.
Don't know anything about her until we were notified that she was going to hear the writ. But the ugly attacks on her just shows Black America that no matter the...
If he don't know her, how does he know about her attacks? How does he have firsthand accounts on what happened to her in her private time? Was he there? Did they attack her, insult her in his presence? Or did he have behind the scenes knowledge or some type of clairvoyance to know exactly what happened to this judge? Nobody knew who this lady was. Nobody gave a fuck about this lady. But here you are painting a story like she's so oppressed in Black America. See, these are the same people that sold us down the river 80 years ago, got us thinking this shit. We less than everybody else. Got us thinking we got to work harder because we ain't good enough. Our skin is the reason why we ain't good enough. And everybody oppresses us. Man, that's some sorry shit. That is some sorry shit, man.
What you pick in the ballot box, and that is your constitutional right. It's people out here reminding us of the Black struggle in America.
Really?
This woman is a registered Republican.
What the fuck does this have to do with this? You see what people do? 17 minutes in this entire thing. He had talked about everything except for whether or not this kid is going to be okay. Whether or not what happened was justifiable or whether or not it was morally acceptable. You're supposed to be a preacher. Huh? What are you preaching? What are you teaching your congregation over there at NGOC, OCOA, whatever you talking about? Your job. What are you teaching these people over there? That it's all right to do whatever you want until you get caught. When you get caught, then we got to depend on the law. That's probably what they be teaching. All I know is, man, that this dude been talking for damn near almost 17 minutes and 9 seconds. And he didn't talk about his job. He didn't talk about GoFundMe's. He didn't talk about the judge being black, politics. He ain't said shit on whether this is morally accepted in his teachings. You a preacher and you ain't said shit about preaching. He ain't said shit about what he be preaching. And the preacher is this right here. If he was preaching from the Bible the way they teach it, that kid's screwed. That kid is screwed, preacher. Thou shalt not kill, remember? Remember that shit? Thou shalt not kill? Fake ass.
Has been for years. She put herself through school. She raised her family. She did everything. I am a registered Democrat. Proud.
Who cares?
I'm the chair of the Dallas County Democrat Resolutions Committee.
Who cares?
I don't know that woman.
Who cares?
And to call her leftist is just downright. The bond that was given is according to law and consistency with practice. If Aaron Dean can get a $300,000 bond when he killed a Tatiana Jefferson.
Here we go. Here go the virtue signaling. See, you know what the parents of this person should say, or the relatives? You're wrong for that. You wrong for that. This is not the same thing. We're talking about kids versus adults. Kids versus adults. Unless they trying them as adult. Are they trying him as an adult or are they trying him as a kid? And then if that's the case, then you can talk about it because guess what? We ain't talking about minors. I don't understand how these people get away with this shit. Playing us like this. Getting us emotionally involved and then profiting off of it.
Carmelo Anthony can get a $250,000. If Amber Geiger can get a $200,000 bond when she kills Botham Judd in his own home.
See? Virtue signaling. He already made his point. But this is what preachers do. They got to kick a dead horse. They got to beat that dead horse. They're going to get every last ounce out of that fucking beating. See? And this is the reason why we keep on falling into these traps. This is a social trap right here. That they hoping that a lot of people fall in this pit of despair that they creating. And the pit keeps getting bigger. The longer they go on with this shit, the further they take this shit, it gets bigger and bigger. If this kid, right, is being tried as an adult, all of that bullying shit is out the door. Now it turns into whether or not it was truly a self-defense case. They fucking up by doing this, by trying to act like this is a kid affair, but they got adult consequences. Or it's an adult affair and it got minor consequences. They fucking up by doing this. I'm telling you. Because at the end of the day, if all of their efforts fall through, it don't matter how many GoFundMes you got. You're always going to be known as a race baiter. You're always going to be known as a propagandist. You're always going to be known as an overall fucked up bad human.
He can get a $250,000. If Roy Oliver can get a $250,000 bond after he kills Jordan Edwards, all white officers.
Look at this shit. All white officers. I wonder what them white guys that's videotaping them is thinking. The money must be good. The money must be good, man. To have a whole white staff videotaping you up there while you up there bad mouthing them at the same time, calling them oppressors. Motherfuckers would do anything for money, and this is why this is this is why this is propaganda. This is why this. I know if a white person killed my kids, shortly after, I'm not gonna want to deal with white people. It's gonna take me a while to get back into the mindset that I could deal with somebody who done something like that to my child. You know what I'm saying? And if I have the mindset to think that it involved race, that's even worse. You see what I'm saying? Now just put yourself in the place of the parents of the person who lost a kid. And then come back to this right here, to where you feel like your kid is being oppressed. Your kid is being targeted because of his skin color. Like it shouldn't have never happened. But you're going to sit up here and you're going to say, hey, I want y'all to do a good job on videotaping me. Make me look good now because, this is a big deal. We have to stop this injustice. Now, white people are the oppressors, and you guys are white, but we expecting you guys to do your job. We paying you good money. So black on 3. 1, 2, 3, black. You see what I'm saying? Look how stupid that shit is.
Why couldn't Carmelo Anthony be entitled? A child with no background, no criminal background.
A child who has a bail set. I'm telling you, man, something ain't right here. A child ain't gonna have no bail. A child is gonna be treated like a minor. A child don't go to jail. A child don't get locked up in adult prison. A child don't get locked up in adult jail. A child goes to juvenile jail and juvenile court. What they not telling us here? What are they not telling us? And the optics are the case. All y'all smart ass YouTubers out there analyzing this shit. Y'all don't have these questions? Y'all don't have the question like, why is Carmelo Anthony his first bail set at $1 million? Why? Huh? And then why is it not the bail just restricted because he's a kid, because he's a minor, but only lowered? If he was being looked at like a minor, guess what? There wouldn't be no bail. Because he's not an adult. Are they not looking at him like a minor? And if that's the case, everything this man said was a lie. Why ain't nobody asking this? Hey, man, I know. If you want to ask these questions in your next video, go ahead, by all means. I don't own the questions. I don't own the idea that Carmelo Anthony is going to be tried as an adult. I don't own that. I'm just looking at how it looks. Kids don't get a bail when they commit a crime. Guess what happens? They're turned over to their parents. They're turned over to their legal guardian. There's no bail set. So what are they not telling us that he's telling us in all other words? That we don't know shit. We don't know nothing about this entire situation. We don't know what evidence they have. We don't know what witnesses they say that they have. We don't know if they are children or adults. We don't know if Carmelo was even supposed to be there. We don't know if Austin was supposed to be there. We don't know if he stabbed him with a knife or with a stick or with a shiv or with a stake or what it was. We don't know. So stop fucking acting like we do. But we do know something that this snake right here does. He know all of that shit. He knows the judge that he never met before, full name, front and back, and whether or not she's a Republican or a Democrat, and that she paid for her own school, All of that shit. We know that he know this. We know that he know about the GoFundMe where it was fraud. We know who turned in the GoFundMe after they figured out somebody was opening up GoFundMes in their child's name. We know he know this. We know that he knows when and where the money came into their account in the Fund Me Go, whatever that other fucking thing is. In the alternative GoFundMe account. We know he knows how much they got. He knows when they can withdraw the money, all of that shit. So the only people that would really know this without the parents telling them will be somebody that's doing it for them. A snake don't gotta bite you to poison you.
No endangerment to the community, none whatsoever. Be put back on.
This is shit I don't understand. You hear what he just now said?
No background, no criminal background, no endangerment to the community.
Really, no endangerment to the community. That's why we here. It's obvious the kid is a danger to the community. Obvious. He done already killed one person. Just because you said it was self-defense don't mean it didn't happen. And this is what I'm talking about when it comes to these brainwashed ass parents and these brainwashed ass adults. They will fucking overlook the real problem to turn it into something else. The kid killed somebody. If a kid just killed somebody on the streets and we didn't even know about it, and then later on they found out about it, what about the little girl that suffocated her little cousin? Huh? The little girl that suffocated her little cousin and then put her back in bed like ain't nothing happened. And the only way they found out about it is they watched the nanny cam. See? What did the parents say about the little girl that killed the relative, the younger relative? And when she said it was over a phone. See, I'm not saying this because I think that Carmelo Anthony is guilty. I'm saying this because Carmelo Anthony displays characteristics of insanity, man. Just like that little girl did when she suffocated her little cousin over a phone. The value of life in our communities have dropped off the fucking Richter scale, man, to where we can sit up here and say, it's not me, it's the law. When you lose value in life, period, I don't give a fuck what race it is. You've lost all fucking direction in life. Because guess what? Anybody you influence, anybody you teach, anybody you mentor is going to carry that same twisted ideology you do. Just like this cat right here. You know how many people probably following him because they think he's a stand-up brother. He's out there trying to help the community. If he was trying to help the community, guess what? He would be in the private. Is he in the private? Fuck no, he ain't in the private. He's publicly doing this shit. He wants everybody to see what he's giving away. Want to see how hard he's struggling. You know what they call that? Virtue signaling. He's bringing up all of this shit about white people and bail. He ain't now time one time said that Camelo's going to have not only a fight in court, but he's going to have a fight mentally. Because all of the shit that's going to come with this death that he caused, people aren't going to want to be around him. At least kids his age ain't going to want to be around him. Now this kid, if he is a kid, has to prematurely grow up fast and start suffering adult fucking suffrage because his parents were stupid enough to not care about his mental health. They didn't care. They did not care. Because if they did, they wouldn't condone the bad behavior. I don't care if my
first person to tell my testimony.
I got booted. Yeah, I don't know what happened, man. I got booted. But hey, it's okay. Pretty sure I got my message across. For some reason, the video is frozen. I got booted. Hey, no big deal. I'm going to leave this video up, and I don't really care what happens. I don't.
I don't have to prove.
See? Because what I see is that these guys, they don't care about nobody but their agenda. And if you only care about the agenda and you don't care about the kids, that's fucked up. I don't care if the kids are fighting each other or what. They not in our world. All right. They don't deal with our shit. Okay. So stop trying to teach the kids them old-fashioned, outdated ass antics that we've been living with for the past fucking 80 years that nobody has advanced from at all. They ain't made one law to protect your ass based on none of that shit we talking about. All they've done was made policies to pacify your ass to later on to come back and pull the rug from up under you and you end up with nothing. So stop playing these games like y'all making a difference, because ain't nobody making no difference. And that's the last thing I'm saying. I'm out. Peace. Later.